If you enjoy Draw and Paint What You Regret on YouTube and would like to show your support, you can find Cash App and Venmo information below. By all means, this channel is free to watch and learn from. Enjoy! Hey everyone, hope you are well. I am back with another video. So this is part 3 of our pastel project. In part 3, you guys, we are going to pretty much focus on color and detail. So we left off with blocking in of color. So for this video, we're going to continue with blocking in and or adding more color with our soft pastels. We're probably going to use our pastel pencils for details, but we're going to focus on color and detail and getting the painting to a finished, dry painting, to a finished product. So a few things that I definitely want to talk about before I head into finishing up this piece. I want to talk about some of the materials that I'm using for this third layer. So what you guys already know, I do use the General's pastel chalk pastel pencils. So unfortunately, you guys, my box, I don't know what I did with it. I probably destroyed it or something. But my box, I pretty much took all my pencils out and I put it in a rolled up pencil holder. But I do have the 36 count for these pencils, so I do have a little bit more colors than most of my students, or possibly the same, but I am using these pencils for the details only, and if I want to get in some maybe some blades of grass that is very thin but in the foreground, I might use them for that. So just mainly details and to clarify certain areas and things. I'm going to use them after my new pastel layer, and the reason why is I don't want to come in with a heavy layer of soft pastels, and typically these pencils are pretty hard. All it's going to do is probably just scrape off the soft pastels, or it's going to be hard to even transfer any more pastel to the paper. So I'm going to work with my pencils in my block in stage, because new pastels are pretty hard. My pastel pencils are pretty hard, so they'll work together well. So these are my pencils that I am using. And once again, you guys, I've already started to block, or at least not block out, but get all of my pencil color arrangements, so I know what pencils, or at least what colors, go where. I have them somewhat grouped together, somewhat, that way I can easily grab them and get to them, and just kind of know what I'm using them for. I'm trying to be a little bit more organized with it. So you want to definitely do that, you know, go through your pencils, figure out what all colors you need from your reference, if you're using a reference, or if you're not using the colors from your reference, either or, but make sure you just are very prepared with what you need. I also am using my soft pastels, my Mungyo set. So this is my Mungyo set, and you guys, in this set, this is the Gallery Mungyos, and this is a soft pastel. This is the 48 count, so I do have a little bit more colors than most of my students, but as crazy as it is, I'm not using that many colors from this palette, but this is what I'm using for my soft pastels. And once again, My soft pastels, I basically probably are going to use them in the sky just about. I don't think I'm gonna go into my grass too much with soft pastels, nor my trees, because I think I might just use my pencils for that, to get just a little bit more detail in that area. But I'm definitely going to come in with my soft pastels in the background. So there are some colors that I don't have for my sky in soft pastel in my palette. So I'm going to use my new pastels if I want to build on my darkest blues or even some of my lighter grays. I'm definitely going to do that if need be. Just FYI. Another thing, you guys, I want to talk just a little bit about my reference. I do know that I am inserting my reference to this video, but I'm working from the printout version. So the printout version is just that. It is printed out from a computer. So that means my colors are going to be a lot more dull because my colors are on, I think, a CMYK color wheel. So it is going to be a lot duller than what you're probably seeing in the inserted image. So my colors are going to change just a bit. They may not be as intense. They might be a little bit duller, which I don't mind. It's my painting and it's my business, as Miss Tamitha would say. But I prefer some of those little nuances of changes, and I'm okay with that. So just FYI to that, if you're just looking at the image and you're like, the colors are not the same or they're a little too dull, that's pretty much why. So I think that's everything that I need to say. Once again, I think I'm almost 7 minutes in. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with finishing up my piece. So this is part 3. So part 3 is basically just color and detail and getting the painting to a finished product. All right, you guys. I will see you in the next video.